Hi everyone, it's John. Welcome back to my channel. I thought I would film another episode of an ongoing library tour, which I started last year and never got around to finishing. I think this is episode number 7, but it's been a couple of months since I've posted one, so you might want to confirm that, but it doesn't really matter. I know I started here last time, or ended here last time rather, with this Edmund Morris biography of Ronald Reagan called Dutch. So let me just go down to the next shelf and we'll start off here. First off is a book by Jonathan Spence, one of his histories of modern China called The Search for Modern China. I'll show you the cover there. I'll try to pull out the others. The ones in the corner are particularly annoying. This is Simon Schama's Rough Crossings. It's a history of the international or transatlantic slave trade. This is a book by the historian Edmund Morgan. It's a collection of occasional pieces and book reviews called The Genuine Article. A historian looks at early America. Next is Roy Jenkins's Biography of Gladstone. Gladstone, a biography. Next is Michael Oakeshott's collection of essays called Rationalism in Politics and Other Essays. This is put out by the absolutely wonderful Liberty Fund. Next is a book I'm wondering if I should read or not because of the author. If you don't know who Eric Metaxas is, you can look him up in his recent political shenanigans, but this is his biography of Bonhoeffer. One of my favorite historians of German Romanticism is Friedrich Boesser. This is The German Imperative, the concept of early German Romanticism. Again, as if you didn't already know, and I've said in other videos of library tour videos, these are in no particular order. They are just randomized, pretty much how I took them out of boxes from the house I used to live in. So there is no rhyme or reason here, unfortunately. This is Stephen Greenblatt, Renaissance Self-Fashioning, From Moore to Shakespeare. This is Georges Duby's The Age of the Cathedrals, Art and Society, from 980 to 1420. This is one of those wonderful canto reprintings of the printing revolution in early modern Europe by Elizabeth Eisenstein. This originally came out, I want to say, in the early 80s, but I could be wrong about that. And it's an abridged version. The original Eisenstein book was 2 volumes and runs to something like 800 pages or so. But this is an abridged version of what I guess Cambridge thought were the most pertinent parts of that book. Next up is the Nathaniel Philbrick. This is Bunker Hill, A City, a Siege, a Revolution. A Book on the Vikings by Robert Ferguson. White as the Waters, The Story of the English Bible and the Revolution it Inspired by Benson Bobrick. Maybe a lesser known book by Darmaid McCullough. This is Silence, A Christian History. David McCullough's The Greater Journey, Americans in Paris. And I am running up into something behind me, so I will do my best to sort of shift myself and let you see. I'll pull these out. This is Thinking About God by John Macquarie. A book about, it's a book of theology. Just and Unjust Wars, A Moral Argument with Historical Illustrations by Michael Walzer, the great ethicist. As someone who was born in San Antonio, you have to have an Alamo book on your shelf, right? This is Three Roads to the Alamo, The Lives and Fortunes of Davy Crockett, James Bowie, and William Barrett Travis. This is Barbara Kingsolver's The Poisonwood Bible. The Oprah Book Club edition. Three novels by Daphne du Maurier, The Mists of Cornwall. I guess they're calling them collectively. Rebecca, My Cousin Rachel, and Jamaica Inn. I still have only read Rebecca. I need to read the other two. Samuel Butler's The Way of All Flesh. A short book of basically 20th century Russian history by Brian Moynihan, called The Russian Century, a history of the last 100 years. I was really miffed when I saw that NYB seems to have discontinued their release of this book. This is To the Finland Station by Edmund Wilson, and it might be one of the best things Edmund Wilson ever wrote, for my money. It is a historical sort of archaeology of ideas of socialism. And it's, you see the classic NYRB layout there, but it is no longer available on their website. I bought this new from NYRB when they were selling it, but it has been unavailable for several years, and it makes me curious. I've looked for other things that they have discontinued, and there is no list online that I can find of NYRB discontinued books that used to be in the line but are no longer. If you know online where I can find a list of those, please let me know, because I would love to collect whatever they may happen to have had in print at one time but no longer do. This is Cities of Salt by Abdul Rahman Munif. I bought that on a whim, knowing that it was a volume of, well, first of all, it's vintage, which I'm always attracted to. And then it's apparently a volume in a multi-volume novel. A series of novels, I should say. This is Vikings, The Portable Young, edited by Joseph Campbell, no less. Another skinny volume of Russian history called Russia's War by Richard Overy. The trilogy of novels by Henry Green called Loving, Living, and Party Going. The Penguin classic, Portable Emerson. This is one of the volumes. I know he wrote at least 3. Excuse the tacky price tag there. Some of these I just haven't taken off. I know he wrote at least 3 volumes of memoirs. This is one of them, I think the first volume, by Elias Canetti. And it is called The Tongue Set Free. This is Thomas Carlyle's Sartor Resartus. An Iris Murdoch novel, A Severed Head. And last but not least, Paul Hazard's The European Mind from 1680 to 1715. All right, I'll wrap up this installment here, and in a few weeks I'll be back with another. Bye, everyone.